welcome guys. Okay, we have another recipe here to help you out with some of those quick and easy. What can we do with some pantry items? So we're going to put together a different take on a pesto and turn that into a nice little couscous tuna salad.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Stephanie Gladman, the registered dietitian. So really important, especially around these times, to be stocking up on non-perishable food items. This helps limit trips to the grocery store, and also making sure that if you are not feeling well, that you don't have to go out to the grocery store. At the same time, you do want to be mindful that we are keeping the supply chain in demand and that there are foods on the shelf for everybody else. So just being mindful in this and making sure that you're meal planning appropriately. So some of the interesting and pro tips that we're suggesting are anything that's like dried pasta or any types of sauces, making sure that you have canned beans, canned vegetables, and anything that's also canned, so soups as well. And generally just making sure that all your meals are balanced. Okay, so continuing this idea of the plate that we always talk about, where you have a good portion coming from your color, so your vegetables, another quarter coming from proteins, and then another quarter from your whole grains. So like JR said, this recipe really highlights some of these key points that you want to stick to as you meal plan during these times.
Awesome. So, okay, we're going to start off with the couscous. Again, like Steph mentioned, a great pantry item to keep stock. This is actually whole wheat couscous, which is what we use in the kitchen here. And super easy to prep. We do 1 portion couscous to 1 portion of hot liquid. And that could be stock, that could be water, whatever you want to add. So I'm going to get a cup here. And I'm going to try to do this so that everyone can see. But I'm going to do, 1 portion of the couscous. That's going to go into a bowl. And then we're going to go just some hot water. Keep it really simple. And that's going to go in as well. You can season this if you like. The couscous is going to absorb whatever liquid that you put into it and any seasoning that you put into it. So we just want to cover that now with a plate to trap the steam, and that's going to be done in like 2-3 minutes. That's another reason why we love using whole wheat couscous is because you're getting some of that goodness, right, Steph?
Yeah, so really nutritious. It's high in fiber. Fiber is a great nutrient in order to keep you full for longer. So those who are still trying to manage their weight. It also helps with healthy digestive tract. So keeping your bowels moving as long as you're drinking water or any type of fluid. And it also helps control blood sugars. So, with the refined or regular couscous, that one is going to spike your blood sugar high, and then in a lot of situations it will crash low, which is something you want to avoid. You want to maintain blood sugar levels so that your energy levels are consistent and high throughout the day.
Beautiful. Okay, so 2 minutes on that. We're going to move on to our pesto. Now this is a unique pesto. We just raided our pantry for any dried herbs, essentially. I don't have any fresh basil or fresh mint or cilantro, but I have some dried oregano, I have some dried mint, I have some dried basil, and I even threw some chili flakes in there as well. So we're making this with just dried herbs, and that's gonna be where all our flavor comes from. Now, because they're dried, we want to make this pesto still sort of lively and green and vibrant. So a little trick is that I've actually just used some frozen spinach. You can use frozen peas, frozen spinach. Again, these are still sort of staple items that you can stock your kitchen with because they last a long time. So great to keep on hand. And I just have a little bit of frozen spinach here that I just covered with some boiling water and drained it. And the spinach is going to go into here as well. And that is going to be sort of the body for this pesto.
Yeah. And on that note, just making sure that you're continuing to use your ingredients that are in that have vegetables. We always talk about those phytonutrients. So basically, those are the compounds found in any plant-based food. So your herbs, your vegetables, and this is part of the plant that protects itself. And so when you have these foods in your body, you're actually protecting your cells. So there are many nutrients that are involved in protection and also in supporting a healthy immune system. So you really want to focus on continuing to eat a variety of healthy foods throughout the day to help your immune system. And one of those things are iron. So that's great. It's found in spinach, right? And in order to help absorb that iron into the body even more efficiently, we combine it with vitamin C. So Jared's going to add a little later on a little bit of orange, but you could use any type of citrus. So just, again, a reiteration, really making sure that you're getting variety in your diet and making sure you are going for those vegetables to incorporate as much as possible. And a pesto sauce, what a great way to incorporate it there.
Awesome. Thanks, Steph. Yeah, so I didn't have any lemon in the fridge. I did have some orange. So we're going to just squeeze a little bit of that orange in there. And the acidity from that orange, even though it's not as strong as lemon, it's still going to help punch the other flavors up a little bit. If you don't have orange, you can definitely use lemon. You can even use lime if you have that as well. Okay, and then we're gonna just a little pinch of salt. Don't need too much. And I'm gonna add my olive oil as well. Yes, there is a little bit extra olive oil, but this is a condiment, right? Pesto is like a sauce. You can use it in small amounts. Now, if you did have any nuts, like traditionally pine nuts, but you can use walnuts, you can use almonds, you can add that at this point. I already used any nuts I had in a previous recipe, so I don't have any left, so I'm not going to use them. But I do have a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and so I'm going to add a bit to this pesto as well, and that's also going to help provide some more flavor. Awesome. Okay, now to blend this up. Come on. This before. Now it doesn't want to work. So just until it comes together, you know what? This actually looks pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see that. Awesome. So like that spinach is really going to help, like I said, to provide the body for this pesto. And then the dried herbs and the parm are really going to help to deliver the flavor. So that worked out really, really well. And I made a small portion here. But this is, again, a great recipe where you can freeze this batch, put it in a freezer bag, stick it in the freezer, and then just chip off a little piece as you need. And you can throw it into a salad, you can throw it into a sauce, use it as you need. So pesto is done. Excuse me. Couscous is also done. So you can see it's absorbed all the water, and we can just fluff it up with a fork, and there we go. So that's like a nice little side for like a whole grain starch, eh, Steph?
Yeah, absolutely. Really great way to incorporate a whole grain into your diet. And Jared's now going to incorporate some protein. So we're using canned tuna. So again, a pantry staple. You can have this. There are options where you can buy the ones that are pre-flavored. There's ones that you can have stored in olive oil or in water. So really depending on, what you're looking for. Obviously the one that's stored in olive oil will be a little bit higher in calories. Whereas the one that's stored in water, when you're mixing it yourself, you're able to control what's going into it. So either option is really great. It's quick, it's easy. You don't have to spend too much time in the kitchen, just depending on the flavors. And again, you're getting a really great source of protein, and it's something that can last in the fridge for 2 or 3 days. And that way, again, you're thinking about meal prepping, so you don't have to be in the kitchen all the time continuously, putting things together for either you or your family.
Awesome. So we had the couscous, the tuna, like Steph mentioned, and then some of that pesto in here, and mix it together. And it smells wonderful. Steph, I know you bought that smell-o-vision there, right?
Yeah, I can
smell it already, but it looks fantastic. And it took us less than 10 minutes to put together. We'll hit it with just a little bit of parm on top. And I don't know if you can see that, but that's like a beautiful little holy couscous, tuna, and pesto salad.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for sharing. Let us know if you have any other questions, comments, message us on Twitter or Instagram. We're here to help, and hope everyone's staying safe. Have a great day.
Take care.